I'm Dorothy Cascerceri, and tonight on Celebrity Corner, the always outspoken millionaire matchmaker Patti Stanger tells me why she's wearing a promise ring, plus her top tips for finding Mr. Right. And it's Throwback Thursday. We go back in the day before the stars were rich and famous. You won't believe what some of them were doing before they were making millions. Plus, want a J-Lo booty? I know I do. But it's summertime, and that means vacation. How to get a rockin' celeb body on the go. And you know what this means, the Zoya nail polish giveaway. This week, it's 200 bottles of this hot pink color I'm wearing called Lola. Later in the show, I'll give you all the details on how to win. That's all next on Celebrity Corner. So let's get this party started. Cue the open.
Entertainment editor Dorothy Cascerceri.
Here to discuss that and more is Dorothy Cascerceri.
Pay attention to every word Dorothy says.
Hey, I'm Wayne Brady, and I'm here with the beautiful Dorothy Cascerceri here on Celebrity Corner.
Hey, I'm Dorothy Cascerceri, and welcome to Celebrity Corner. We have a great show for you tonight. Let's first start with hot Hollywood headlines. The world is so excited about the birth of the new royal baby. But Prince William's childhood bodyguard, Ken Worth, just gave an interview that was hopefully eye-opening for the young couple and a little bit scary. He cautioned that kidnapping is a much bigger concern nowadays than it used to be 20 years ago when William and Harry were young. Well, the world certainly has been changing. And he gave this quote saying that people are going to be in every conceivable tree and bolt hole waiting for the baby to be pushed out in a pram. Oh gosh, I feel like I should have just read that in a British accent or something. He suggested they surround themselves with police, which could be a multi-million-pound operation, but of course they can afford anything. But one thing the baby will do is inject much-needed money into the economy. It's an estimated $40 million that the baby's going to bring in royal baby memorabilia and celebrations this summer, and $60 million of that is actually going to be spent by Americans, Canadians, and Australians. Wow, and it's crazy because a lot of brands are really getting in on this whole event. Krispy Kreme came out with a line of royal baby donuts that have blue or pink filling inside, and I love this one. Fisher-Price is using the birth to push a new line of its royal potty, which comes with a crown on the lid. That's taking potty training to a whole new level. Moving right along, Mariah Carey, she had a rough weekend. She was hospitalized with a shoulder injury, but good thing her husband, Nick Cannon, was there to take care of her, and good thing she'll have 8 little puppies to keep her company as well. Now, she also made news this week because she gave her 3 new puppies some pretty crazy names. But let's start first with the names of the 5 Jack Russells she already owns. Okay, there's Cha-Cha, Jackie Lamb Chops, Jill E. Beans, E being the middle initial, Squeak E. Beans, same type of thing, and JJ. Well, JJ is kind of normal, but anyway, she took to Twitter to ask her fans to come up with the names for the additional 3 dogs, and here's what she came up with. I mean, this is just crazy. The Good Reverend Pal Jackson, Pippity L. Jackson, and Muttley P. Gore Jackson III. Can you imagine how much time she must spend calling those dogs in for dinner time? Anyway, let's talk about Katy Perry and John Mayer. So these two broke things off in March after 8 months of dating, but just recently Katy told Vogue that she was still madly in love with John Mayer, and he heard her message loud and clear. In fact, John Mayer was here in Philadelphia for the city's 4th of July Jam, and supporting him backstage was Katy Perry. She actually Instagrammed a really cute photo of them in American flag attire with the caption, "Whose broad stripes and bright stars?" Very clever, Katy. But things didn't end there. The following night, they actually had a romantic dinner at NYC's Il Molino, which happens to be a few blocks from my apartment. And this is my favorite part of the story. On Saturday night, Mayer kicked off his Born and Raised world tour in Milwaukee, and he said that his song, A Face to Call Home, was actually dedicated to Katy, who was his face to call home. That is so sweet. And he thanked her for taking care of him when he had vocal cord problems that left him silent for 20 months. Oh, I like them as a couple, I really do. So they're back on, but another couple is totally Splitsville. George Clooney and Stacy Keibler. I mean, same story, different day, right? How many women has George Clooney dated where, you know, they want to go to the next step, they want to get the ring, and George says, no thanks, I want to be a bachelor for the rest of my life. So sorry, Stacy, but you had to have seen this coming. Anyway, last week you saw on the show that I had Botox for the first time right here on air. New York City plastic surgeon Dr. Eric Sade came up and he actually finished up my head backstage. He put a little bit in my forehead, a little bit on my crow's feet. I wasn't really sure how I felt about the whole thing. I don't know if I really needed it. I mean, but I was curious about it. I've been talking about celebs that get Botox all the time, and I just wanted to see what it was all about. So far, I'm liking the results for sure. I don't know if I'll go back, but only time will tell. Up next, the very outspoken and uncensored millionaire matchmaker Patti Stanger shares with me her priceless advice for weeding out the losers and jerks and finding Mr. Right instead. Welcome back to Celebrity Corner. I'm Dorothy Cascerceri. She's the star of Bravo's hit reality show, Millionaire Matchmaker, the very outspoken Patti Stanger. Patti sat down with me at an event in New York for Viva Diva Wines, and she was on top of the world. And why wouldn't she be? She's in love, she's lost 30 pounds, and business is booming. Take a look. So let's talk a little bit about your new website.
Oh, great. It's called attractingasoulmate.com, and it's subliminals. And what you say is subliminals is music embedded with suggestion. And I was looking for my boyfriend, David, on Plenty of Fish. I needed to clear my head of all the crap, the negative boyfriends that kind of cause trauma.
Right.
That
happens.
So I found Joe Vitale, who actually is the star of The Secret, and he basically made this website with me called attractingasoulmate.com, and he created these subliminals. And so you listen to them. You can clean your house, be in your car, you know, sleep at night, and you listen to them, and they change your life. They're changing your unconscious thinking.
It's music, and it's
embedded
also
suggestion, but you don't hear the suggestion, and it gets rid of all the negative crap. So like we're all walking around wanting love, but our program is saying we can't have it, we're not skinny enough, we're not pretty enough, we're too old, and this changes the program.
Okay, I love that. I want to ask you about online dating because I know that you met your boyfriend on an online site.
Right.
Now, I have a lot of friends who are in their 30s, in their 40s, and I say make a profile on one of the websites, and they do not want anything to do with it. What do you say to that?
You could do Match.com to Grouper. If you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to date by yourself because you feel really, you know, like a fish out of water, go on Grouper. Group is a group date, 3 girls, 3 guys, and you know what? And they also do gay dating, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with it because if you don't like anyone, you're with your friends. So 3 of your friends, 2 of your friends, and you get together and you pick 3 guys and then you go on a date. It's a really cool concept.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
And what about the online profile that you design? Because
okay,
what
so
do you recommend for that?
I write profiles in my company, which is millionairesclub123.com, and I actually Cyrano, and I make your profile, and I get your pictures taken, and then I answer the guys, and we have coaches on my system that actually do it for those people who don't want to do it for themselves and can afford it. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a great idea.
Yeah, it's an online coach. We have an online coach business.
Okay, because it really does, you have to write the correct thing in your profile.
You have to know there are keywords, just like SEO for Google to get your website up to the top of the search engines. There are keywords in dating that bring the good guys and deter the bad guys.
Okay, I like that advice. So we're just kind of entering the big wedding season now.
Yes.
What's your advice for the single women who are bridesmaids and maid of honors and guests, and their entire social schedule revolves around going to weddings and being in weddings?
If you're in a wedding and there's nobody cute there and you're like, why am I here? Kill me right now. Obviously God has cursed me. Do not fret. Every person at that wedding knows someone to fix you up.
Yep.
That's called the 6 degrees referral. You want to get that person. So what I tell people to do is carry little business cards, they're called bio cards, with your picture and your stats, height, weight, education, what you're looking for, a little telephone number, email they can hit, and hand them at the wedding.
Wait a second.
Someone is going to be drunk enough to take this card to fix you up with their nephew, their son, you know, their best friend from college. Trust me, it never fails. Weddings are where people are into love and want to help.
Yeah.
They're the helpful people.
People get very romantic around wedding time.
And if they are in love, they want to spread the seed all the way around.
Talk to me a little bit about when you get engaged. What is your wedding going to be like? Are you a hopeless romantic big wedding?
I'm a Cindy Crawford girl. It's going to be a beach wedding. I'll probably wear a great long dress for the ceremony and then kick it off with a mini dress, barbecue on the beach, a couple of pretty horses, maybe a double fly above, who knows, lots of tiki torches and lights, and maybe we'll do family style.
Oh.
Yeah, something really cool and fun. I like that. And then you take it up a notch, you have a great band.
Great after party.
Yeah, a great after party, great brunch the next day, and I'll probably rent a house.
So what kind of timeline are we looking at?
Oh, I don't know. He hasn't asked me. I don't know. I only have a promise ring. I'm growing. It started with a regular ring, now a promise ring, now I'm working my way to a engagement ring.
I love it, but you're happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. We live together.
Yeah.
Today I'm happy. Yesterday I wasn't so happy.
Well, living together, it varies.
Anybody who tells you that they're like happy and you're so in love, it's not true. you have good days and you have bad days, and some days you want to kill him, and this is the weirdest part. When you hate him the most, you want to have sex with him. I don't know, or maybe that's just me.
You're amazing. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow, Patti really tells it like it is. I mean, I've known her for a few years, since I was actually on Millionaire Matchmaker, but we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, it's Throwback Thursday, celebs before they were filthy rich, when Celebrity Corner returns.
You can shoot me straight to the top. Give me love, take all I've got.
That was a clip from Lifetime's hit movie, The Anna Nicole Smith Story. She was a poor, small-town girl and high school dropout who rose to international fame as a model and sex symbol. It's reported her net worth is $450 million. Anna Nicole isn't the only star who came from nothing and found fame and fortune. It's Throwback Thursday, and we're talking about some of the stars who rose to international fame despite the odds. Joining me is lifestyle expert, success coach, and motivational speaker, Jen Groover. Jen is the author of What If and Why Not, and the founder of an inspirational jewelry line called Empowered. Hi, Jen.
Hi, so happy to be here.
Oh, thanks for coming. So we're talking about celebrities that started out, from basically nothing and really made something of their careers and their lives. So let's first start with Tom Cruise. Now, Tom Cruise is worth a reported $250 million, but his mom was a school teacher, his dad was an electrical engineer, they divorced when he was young, and he suffered from dyslexia as a child. What kind of, motivates someone growing up in that kind of environment?
Right, he also speaks openly about that. His father was abusive. And so I think when people are young and they realize that they're stuck in a cycle that they don't want to be any longer, it gives a motivation that's really deep rooted and purposeful to break that cycle. So they put a certain level of expectation on themselves in order to break through, instead of becoming a victim to their circumstance, to skyrocket out of their circumstances.
Well, he definitely put a level of expectation on himself, because starting with his first show when he was 16 years old, that was 1978, he performed in Guys and Dolls in his, school, he gave himself a 10-year deadline to build an acting career. And as you know, Risky Business in 1983 grossed $65 million. That's what put him on the map.
Right.
So he gave himself that deadline and he reached it. So I think that's a really interesting comments that you made. Now let's move on to Diddy. Okay, so Diddy, now he's worth a reported $580 million, which is, more than double Tom Cruise. And when he was 3 years old, his dad was shot to death in Central Park. He went to Howard University, but he dropped out to pursue an internship at a record label.
Right.
So what kind of is behind that?
Well, his mom was a really strong mother. He speaks openly about what a strong figure she was in his life. But he was born as a hustler, an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs know how to survive, and they do it with taking risks constantly. While he was in college, he actually had two businesses, one with planning dance parties, and the other one was a valet service to the airport. So he knew how to take an idea and actually activate it. And one of the things that I find so fascinating about him is he is not afraid to work hard. Even today, after all of his success, he works really hard. But his biggest moment where he really was shining was after his best friend, Biggie Smalls, got killed.
Right.
And he actually was about to launch a new record, and he went back and reworked the record, put all of his emotion from the loss into that record, and that became his biggest breakthrough in the music industry with the song, I'll Be Missing You. And so if you look
he was really in the moment.
He was in the moment.
And that's when he did his greatest thing.
Exactly.
And also, I mean, his father was a street hustler before he was killed. So there's got to be some kind of an innate, drive that he inherited, in his genes,
Survivor
right?
skills.
Survivor skills.
Right.
Very interesting. Now, Sarah Jessica Parker, okay, she grew up in a family of 8 children. She was the 4th of 8, and she grew up in poverty. I mean, her mom was, again, a school teacher, and her stepfather, her parents were divorced. Her stepfather was pretty much unemployed throughout, most of her childhood. But, she went on to have a very successful career.
Right. Well, her parents sacrificed a lot to help her get started. They saw talent in her, so they wanted to really help. They moved to give her best schooling possible that they could afford to give her a head start. And then she contributed that money back to the family as she started making it. But The thing that's interesting about all three of these people that we use as an example is their biggest breakthroughs happened when they were tapped in the most to what their purpose was and what motivated them the most in order to succeed. And for Sarah Jessica Parker, Sex and the City is the role that she identified so closely to because of the life that she was living, and she could see it, the life in her girlfriends.
Right.
And so it became very much who she was.
Absolutely. Now, let's play a little game because celebrities have some really crazy odd jobs before they made it big. So we have 3 celebrities, Ellen DeGeneres, George Clooney, and Madonna.
Okay.
Now, which one do you think was a paralegal?
Ellen.
How did you know that?
Because you can tell by her personality
Paralegal
type.
goes so, I think it doesn't even go along with who she is at all because she's like a crazy comedian. But okay, next, who sold insurance?
George Clooney.
I think you cheated before we
Well,
started
no,
this.
this is what I do for a living.
you know what people's strengths are.
I understand what people do for a living and how it can correlate to their personality, and so that makes sense for both.
So you
of them.
also are clairvoyant. So okay, so last but not least, Madonna. Can you believe it? She was actually mopping floors at Dunkin' Donuts.
Absolutely, I can believe that.
Much different than what she's doing now, right?
Yes, but that's what made her skyrocket. Every time she was probably mopping, she's thinking, I need to be on
Moving
stage.
on to the next thing,
and
right.
I'm not going to be here forever, and that's what motivated her.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You don't have to earn a star salary to have a star-studded body. When we return, a new and affordable concept in personal training. Jennifer Lopez's booty, Cameron Diaz's cut arms, and Jen Aniston's lean and long legs. How do the stars keep their bodies picture perfect, especially when they're constantly on the road? They bring along their personal trainers. Well, I was on the road recently. I'm definitely not a celebrity, but anyway, I stumbled upon a service that's very similar. Take a look. Hey everyone, so here I am at the ML Hotel in New Jersey. I just got done taping my show, Celebrity Corner, and instead of driving right back to New York, I'm staying overnight because I have meetings early tomorrow morning. I had the longest day. I've been up since 4 a.m. I cannot wait to get in there, rest, eat whatever I want. I'm absolutely starving and exhausted.
Pizza, hoagies, cheesesteaks, all good options. What's this? MyHealthStyle.com, Danielle Jackson, Fitness Concierge. Well, I do have to put into my wedding dress in 3 months. Maybe I shouldn't pig out today. Should I call or should I just go see her? I think I'm just gonna go see her.
No peeking. All ready to go see Danielle Jackson at MyHealthStyle.com. Hopefully she can get me a banging celebrity body in time for my wedding. Although I am still really thinking about that cheesesteak. Hi, are you Danielle?
Hi, yeah.
I'm Dorothy. I read all about your service upstairs in the hotel.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So I really need a hot celebrity body for my wedding coming up. Is this something you think you can help me with?
Definitely, let's
Oh my gosh,
do it.
I'm so glad I found you because I was ready to pig out and just rest for the day.
Oh no.
But now I'm ready to get going.
Let's do it. What do you want to work on today?
Okay, arms are a must. I'm obsessed with Cameron Diaz's arms.
Okay.
How do I get these scrawny little guys to look like that?
All right, so you're gonna place your hands right on the edge of the bench.
All right, it doesn't look too difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. And then extend your feet. And then dip down where your shoulders meet your elbows.
Okay, let's try this now.
Really easy,
All right.
actually.
Oh no, this isn't easy. Now, what about my booty? Because I love J-Lo's booty. I mean, she doesn't really have to work for it, but I definitely need some work on mine.
Okay, well, since your arms are hurting, we're gonna get on the mat for a second, okay?
Okay.
Place your palms flat down, knees together, and you're gonna extend your leg all the way up.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do a little bit of ab work.
So I can have Halle Berry abs. I mean, after she has her kids, she'll be right back in shape, I'm sure. I'm putting my leg up.
All the way up. Extend it all the way up as high as you can.
Oh, that's
feel
hard.
that stretch?
Oh, I feel it.
All right, good. Now crunch all the way in.
Pretty sure I feel
Tightening
that
up your
stretch.
core.
Okay.
And then extend.
So my booty's gonna be nice and plump.
Nice and plump.
Bootylicious like Beyonce's.
I thought you wanted J-Lo's butt.
Well, you know, all these celebrities have really nice buns.
We're gonna get you a celebrity butt. How about that?
I love it. What about my legs? Because I'm lucky I have long legs, but they're not very toned, and I really want to get them nice and toned like Jen Aniston. She looks hot in everything she wears.
She does look hot. So what we can do is do a leg exercise and arm exercise. We have some dumbbells already with us. So let's get started.
Okay.
We're gonna do some lunges.
Okay.
So step out with your left leg.
All right.
And lunge down 90 degrees in both legs, and then curl up.
Oh.
And then come down.
That's not too hard. Okay.
Switch. Do the same thing.
Wow, you really whipped me into shape today, but I'm starving right now. Now, I know I read in the brochure My Health Style also offers food selections. Is that
Definitely,
true?
of course.
Okay, so you'll give me something low-cal and low-fat to eat?
Definitely.
Not the cheesesteak?
No, not the cheesesteak.
Oh, man. All right. We should
Something
go.
better than the cheesesteak.
Okay, fine. Wow, myhealthstyle.com is such an impressive service. That girl Danielle Jackson knows what she's doing. She whipped me into shape today. So she called down to the restaurant in the hotel and told them to give me 3 different options of healthy meals under 400 calories. So I have the chicken club, I have the goat cheese salad, and I have the turkey burger. I'm tempted to eat all 3, but I promised Danielle I would only choose one. So I think it's gonna be the turkey burger. This day turned out very differently than how I expected it to, but now I'm actually gonna be in okay shape for my wedding. So it all worked out all right. Fitness trainer Danielle Jackson is here with me today. Danielle, I really hope that you don't whip me into shape like you did during the package.
No, I actually
Man,
took it pretty easy on you.
how do I look now?
You look great.
So listen, so a lot of people think when it's vacation time, they can just slack off, no exercising, no dieting. Why is this a bad idea?
That's a bad idea because you have to have exercise as like a normal part of living. You need to create exercise as a part of your lifestyle. That's why I created my health style. So it's one and the same. You have to have it in order to live and be healthy.
And I love how you say that you don't like a cheat day, but you accept a cheat meal. I've never
Yeah.
heard that before, and I like that.
Definitely. I mean, there's 7 days out of a week, so but a cheat meal, you can have easily one of those, and you know.
I love that. Well, listen, so if people are on the go and they're vacationing somewhere, they can actually get in touch with you and you can train them over Skype or online somehow. All they need is an internet connection, correct?
Definitely, that's it.
Great. I love it. I love it. All right. When Celebrity Corner returns, which famous person is one of our viewers just dying to know about?
Hi, I'm Patti Stanger, Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker, and you're watching Dorothy on Celebrity Corner. And that's my girl in red.
Now it's time for Dying to Know, where you, the viewers, can ask me anything at all about celebs. Let's see what our viewer Dina is dying to know.
Hi, Dorothy. This is Dina from London, Ontario. Just wondering what's going on with Brad Pitt these days. He looks a mess.
Well, Dina, Brad Pitt has definitely let himself go, and I hope he gets himself back in order for his 50th birthday coming up in December. But it's still Brad Pitt, and I certainly wouldn't kick him out of my bed. And now to our giveaway. We're giving away 200 bottles of Zoya nail polish each show because of the high demand. You can see some of our fan photos here, by the way. And to win the color I'm wearing tonight called Loila, visit zoya.com/Celebrity Corner and enter the secret code, ACTION. Thank you to Joss and Maine for my fabulous set, and thanks for joining us tonight. See you next week at 7:30 p.m. right here on WMCN, and visit my website, DorothyOnTV.com, for more info on our show. We have a great show next week, so make sure that you stay tuned and come on back with us. It's a party you definitely don't want to miss. Have a great night, everyone, and see you very soon.